Coming to you from the dining room table at East Barbary Lane and a basement somewhere in Riverside, California. This is the Fierce Bitches Happy Hour.
Yeah. Hello.
Hey, I am Martha Madrigal.
I am Charles Tyson Jr.
I'm Nicole.
How about you?
Tessa.
So, Doom Generation meets full circle once again, but we thought, we'll record it this time, and
Cheers,
everyone.
Hang out.
Cheers.
Everyone can hang out with us. Cheers.
Hello. Cheers.
Clickety,
Cheers.
clickety,
Clickety, clickety,
clickety.
clack.
All that.
We had tons of fun the last time.
Yes.
So we figured, hey, for our Patreons, this would be a nice little treat to hear us just
Right.
casually hanging out and getting drunk with some other fun people.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Patreon exclusive.
Yeah.
Give us your mentees.
You didn't have uniforms last time. Those are cool.
Yeah, this is new. That's,
Yeah.
I don't know how often we'll get a chance to like show up places in our.
We're
I
start
love
going
that.
everywhere like this, like Tweedledum and Tweedledee.
Yeah, we usually match on accident. Today's the first time it was on purpose.
Right. We were showing the kids,
Hey.
like, ever see a couple of adults dressed exactly.
Right? I know I've got 3 teenagers in the other room hanging out. We had to tell them, shh,
Right.
gotta be
Like,
quiet.
you shut up.
The air's going off. Sorry, go hide in your bedrooms.
Right.
I mean, and they
Oh,
did.
wow.
They scattered.
They did. They
Like,
totally scattered. They were being
They
all
ate
loud out
and
there.
then boop,
Yep.
they were gone.
Okay.
So what is it like? I'm gonna pull it up on my phone because it felt like 106. We just ran to the liquor store.
Oh,
It's
But I know it's not-
93 when I checked
Is that
earlier.
it?
Okay, so
No, that's a lie.
It feels
it's
hotter.
allegedly 82 here,
Oh,
Let's see what is it right now.
but we're in the middle of a heat advisory. So whatever.
no.
It
And-
was
Lying.
muggy.
Oh,
as
in Los
Yeah.
Angeles.
Yeah, it
it's
was
muggy.
yesterday.
Yes,
it was supposed
it's
to
really-
rain, and it never did. So it was just overcast and 90 something all day
We
long.
have a flood advisory.
Yeah, now there's a flood advisory, and it's 91.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, it's 91.
It's not
at
here,
6 o'clock.
though. Not really.
I know we don't actually get
Okay.
floods here. It's
No.
the desert.
Yeah, it flash floods, but like not here.
Not where we live.
Okay.
Not in our basement in
Okay.
Riverside, California.
I don't get my basement flooded nearly often enough.
Oh my goodness. So
And after
been
a
up?
while, it's like you've had Dr. Desert Dry.
Oh,
Right?
like
No.
just tumbleweeds across.
yeah.
Yeah. Cobwebs and just the
No.
bats come out.
I used to hear the ocean.
Yeah,
That's not
if
what
you
I
put
hear.
your ear
Now you just hear the
really
sand.
close. Yeah, now you just hear the
Yeah.
sand. The waves have receded.
The shifting sands of time.
Like sands through the hourglass.
These are the days of our lives.
The last
I
days
can't.
of our lives.
Right?
I can't. I can't.
On that we drink.
This
Yeah.
is why we drink.
This
Yeah.
is, yeah.
Uh,
Oh my goodness! Any talk of the impending apocalypse is a drink.
Oh, it's
We
like
gotta take a drink.
it's a slow apocalypse. We're in
It's
it now.
slow,
It's
yeah,
just,
yeah.
you know.
Oh yeah, it
Slow
started.
apocalypse.
It started.
And we still got to go to fucking work.
Bullshit.
Ugh.
Are you guys recording tonight?
No,
No,
we're
just
all
watching
yours.
a movie after this, so
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
no hurry.
Fun.
Yeah, we're just
Fun.
got the movie to watch for later. We usually don't watch it together, but
Yeah, but we figured whatever, we're going to be together early, and we won't be doing anything after, so we might as well just watch it together.
because
Because
we never do anything at all.
Yeah,
There you go. There you go. Because last time you went on to record, I'm trying to remember which movie
Breakfast
it was.
Club.
Yeah, we did Breakfast Club after that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I did listen to that episode,
Mhm.
and yeah,
yeah, we were pretty drunk.
By the
Yeah.
time we got to it, just the nonstop Bender impressions were
Yes,
Yeah.
there was a lot of those.
Like,
a lot of those.
the whole thing. We're just going to quote all his lines.
Yep.
Like, that's just how we're going to do it.
Say
So
the whole movie.
Right.
we got real warmed up before that one.
Yeah.
Yes. Warm.
Very warm. Very, very warm.
toasty.
Yes.
What have you guys been
What
up
movie?
to? Oh, what movie tonight?
Mm.
Freeway. Remember Freeway? That weird ass Reese Witherspoon,
Mhm.
Kiefer Sutherland movie?
Brooke Shields.
No.
Brooke Shields.
Oh,
it was a
gosh,
fucking
it's
twisted
so
one.
weird.
It was
It's
real
like-
weird.
It's like Little Red Riding Hood, but with like Reese Witherspoon as her real self, Laura Jane Poon.
Yeah, Laura Jane.
Or
Poon.
Laura Jean
Laura Jane
Poon.
Poon.
Whatever
Oh
her
my.
real name is.
And so she plays like a white trash Laura Jane Poon.
Mhm, and she's going to grandmother's
Kiefer's
house.
the big bad wolf, yeah?
He is. He's Bob Wolverton. He's
Yes.
a big bad
Oh,
wolf.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Mhm, that like picks her up hitchhiking.
So like not literal, they're not like in costumes, but yes,
No.
it's basically that story.
Although kinda.
a little bit.
It's
So
weird.
this is
like-
a thing. This is a thing. I swear to God, Charles, if you don't stop touching, Now I can't hear.
Oh
We're
no!
Touch it
gonna
again.
hear an assault live
Now
on
you
air.
gotta touch it again. I have
no.
Now I have sound.
Okay.
I will stop this recording
will.
and smack
She's
your
about
hand.
to get a fly swatter.
Right? Just whoosh. Need a cattle
hands
prod.
I want to duct tape the thing in or
Mm.
something and hope that it just stays there. I don't know.
Right?
Yeah, because if you give it a dirty look, then like all of a sudden you have half a head.
Yeah, don't even look at it.
I can't even talk nice to this mixer anymore,
No.
like I do with the cars. You know, I'm just like,
Is that what
fuck
this
you.
is? Is that Will Scarlet?
Will Scarlet is not a mixer, I don't think. He's
Oh.
just a little hub that gets our sound to the computer. The mixer is the program we use is the mixer
Oh,
itself.
okay. I don't know how any of this
Oh.
works.
We use it. It's Reason, a program called Reason, and so it's all like all the shit is on the computer that we use for leveling and editing and whatever. But we have this little hub that the mics and everything go through to like amplify stuff and put it into that. So
Yeah. We named him Will
All right,
Scarlet.
okay.
but yeah, we call it Will Scarlet.
This is little more than that.
This is
It has a few dials on it.
right. It's like a USB mixer basically.
Okay. Is that like
Yeah.
the thing outside, maybe?
It might be a little bit like we should.
I don't
just
know why
send
I'm
you
even
this thing
asking
that
a
we
fucking
won that
question.
we
I don't know
never
why I'm
used.
asking. I don't know
We
any of
should
this.
send
is.
them the thing we won that we're never going to use. We won this thing.
Yeah.
And we were going to use it. Is it right there still?
Let me
you
see.
can Grab it.
Let me see.
We won this thing for just like some indie podcaster. We entered our name and we won it. And so it's this thing. It's a Zoom pod track. And you
Okay.
can plug all your mics in one end and all your headphones in the other end. And it has a SD card that holds all the info. Or I think you can put it, like hook it up.
Oh my god.
And then it has little buttons that even have pre-programmed sound effects and shit. And we
Are
have
you
not-
Jesus?
We've never used this.
Are you Jesus?
We bought all the stuff. It's got batteries in it. It's got an SD card in it. And
Yeah.
we were going to take it with us to travel. But I'm like, we'd still have to take the mics and
Yeah.
all that stuff.
So if you
So
want
Right.
if you want it,
it's yours.
you can have it. We just got to get
We-
it in
we
the
want
box and
that.
ship it.
Okay, yeah. Well,
It's, I loved you before.
I did too. But
Yeah.
more now.
yeah.
Well,
that
Yeah,
would-
that's the thing.
I would
that
love
want
we-
it to
it.
go
yeah.
to someone who knows how to use it and can actually make use of it because we have, like I said, the thing is all on the computer. So
Mhm.
the only difference would be
Wow.
that we can have more than one mic with that, but we don't have guests.
yeah.
So like
Right.
we don't really
Right.
need more than two mics. So we could like, and that's watch my husband be like, you shouldn't give it away because you could put more mics. But it's like, yeah, we can get another thing.
Well,
if
we ain't
ever
gonna.
decide to do
Yeah,
that.
no. Fine. It's yours.
We talk too much for there to be.
We
two,
talk
two more
too
people.
Anyone?
damn
Right.
much. Yeah.
And I would pick up ours and show you, except then we'd have no sound.
Right. Yeah. Don't touch
Yeah,
it,
that
please.
thing is
please.
like basically unused. So
Yeah,
I'm pretty
we've
sure it
never-
should work really well. It's not like an old.
Oh, honey, I wouldn't care if you
thing.
molested it. It still looks better
Maybe
than
we
what we have.
will.
It's got lots of holes.
Yeah.
in it.
Yeah. It's got.
Yeah, do what you have to.
Diamonds.
Special edition.
Nicole.
Yeah.
You-
Then mail it.
We
It's
can
fine.
twist it.
It's
Can
fine.
you twist it?
Give it a little
What's
molesting
that
it
called?
live on air.
Vabbing? Is that what that's
Oh
Hey,
my
God,
whatever.
is that the thing where you
where
do
you
the
put your,
with the?
your pussy juices on like a perfume?
Oh, come
Have
now.
you heard about this?
Yeah.
It
No.
is entirely too hot for that.
Ugh.
I'm just saying.
First of
Girl.
all, it's called vabbing, I think.
Yes.
Mhm.
And like you take a little dab of your special lady flower
Of your
juice
juices.
and you dab it behind your ear so your pheromones waft.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
Girl,
Is this like a Gwyneth Paltrow thing?
Probably.
It probably.
in this heat, your pheromones be wafting from your
Oh,
crotch, girl. You don't need to
seriously.
put
The
that up.
pheromones
Right.
are already.
First of all, how long have you been awake?
Right?
Because you really don't need to move it up. To, you know, like
Right?
Exactly.
I'm like, yeah. So
It's-
I'm not for it personally.
Mm-mm. You know what? I did one time. I bought a thing of, oh gosh, I forget what it was called. It started with a V, but it was like pussy pheromones, like in a
Oh,
little
really?
perfume. And I gave it as a gift to somebody, and like
my
we busted
God.
it out, and we're like, actually,
I don't know about this.
So wait, is it like whose pussy did
I don't know. It
pheromones?
was just like it was just,
Was it like
Pheromones,
the
I
Gwyneth
guess.
Paltrow pussy candle?
but it,
What was
I
it
don't know.
called?
I've never.
oh,
Random
if you buy
Twat?
if you buy the candle from Goop, it
Right.
allegedly smells like Gwyneth.
Yeah.
I think,
That's,
That's
what,
what-
they
that's what they
say.
or something like what?
I don't
know.
want any. I don't want her or anybody else's.
No, I don't need a
Right.
vagina scented anything. I have
pussy
a vagina
candle.
scented
Right.
vagina.
I light it on fire if I want to.
I feel like there's like some kind of
Sterno.
Heat it up.
Right? I'll just squat down on one of those little,
Like what was the
like
thing?
a chafing dish.
The other Gwyneth Paltrow thing where she wanted you
Right.
to squat on a thing and
Oh,
like
the
do vapors up your
steam
your.
That's a
Yoni
bad
This is
idea.
steaming
not
or
the
some
buffet.
shit?
This is not
That was
what I
another
signed
Gwyneth
up for.
Paltrow
All you
thing.
can eat.
Was
I
squat over a steamer and steam
Yeah.
out your vagina. That was
There
another
was.
thing.
I saw something like
so
that
it stays tender.
right? Fall off the bone.
yes, yes.
I don't.
So good. So
So
tender.
tender, so good. No, I saw that on one of those. I don't know.
If memory serves, that's not the way it's supposed to work.
No, I don't
No,
think
no.
so. Like one of those sister wives or polygamy, whatever shows, you know, those weird shows
Yeah.
I like to watch. And one of them, like, that was her rule. She was like, so for like a week, we're going to go on a special diet so that our pH matches. And then we're going
Oh.
to steam
Oh,
our stuff because we're going to be sharing a man. So they were like, we have to
Okay.
get on the same whatever.
Okey-dokey.
But it was
Why?
like, it was a bunch of nonsense. No, none of that works. You
if
don't.
he showers between ladies, there shouldn't be a problem, right?
Well,
Is that what she was worried?
I don't
that
know
his
what
dick
this-
be mixing up the.
the dick mix?
he's like dipping in and out.
Whoa.
Like
Like,
don't
Is
go
go
that
back
to
to
really
front.
what?
Like
you
fun
know?
dip?
If
Like fun dip.
if that's what you have planned, is that really your biggest?
I don't
concern?
know.
I don't.
I
know.
don't
I don't
know.
know.
I don't know. Well, it was all nonsense, but that's just what that reminded me of.
I never. Well, I don't ever remember anyone stopping to shower. Like
Right?
Well,
Yeah.
Get this off.
not
of
in the
me.
middle.
Well, but in those,
No.
those sister
Hopefully, you
wives-
did that first.
Those sister
Well,
wives
yeah.
situations are all boring though. Like they don't all fuck together.
no,
He like
it's
has
not
separate
like.
houses with
Well,
separate wives, and then he
some of
spends
it,
a
though-
day
Oh, it's like
one
that.
or a
Well,
day.
some of these, it's like it's religious, but it's not religious. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like it's just abuse. Some of it, like you're watching it, you're like, this is. I feel uncomfortable.
right.
Like someone should be doing something
Yeah.
about this.
It's not like fun. polygamy.
Like-
Tessa, are you saying that some of it is religious?
So yeah, some
Like-
of it is like
That's
the-
what they say anyway.
That's what they
Some
say.
of it is God fearing,
So they
and
say
some of it's not.
they use a lot of that. Like, well, God is telling me that I need a
Yeah.
20-something-year-old
Ah, yes.
second wife
Yeah.
or third wife or whatever.
Jesus.
But
That's what
if
he's known
you
for.
That voice is not God.
no, it's not. It's your dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not
I was
God.
gonna say Larry Flint.
it
Yeah.
could be.
Even
There
if
you
you
go.
give it a name
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you think it
Larry Flint on
has
your
verbal
shoulder.
skills,
In a
it's
wheelchair.
not.
It doesn't.
No, because
No.
and sometimes they get called out, but not often enough.
Yeah.
Where it's like,
Mm.
oh, so God told you that the 22-year-old, like you're 42.
and told the 54-year-old she had to move over now
Mhm,
because
right.
God
Right.
said so.
Right, and they're
That sounds
super
true.
cool
And
with
then
it
she
because,
does.
Yes, always.
Ah, 'cause
I-
the man's
you
in
know, I-
charge.
hmm
They're like happy to have another set of hands.
Well, because
I
they end
think-
up having like 18 kids
Well,
between
like
them.
part of me thinks
Also, that
like that whole communal thing would be
Yeah.
cool. Like the communal thing where everybody's, like
Right,
everybody
helping.
helps. Not
If
just
you know,
one whatever.
right,
Like
you
boss.
only have to get ready for like once every 2 weeks or something.
Oh, that's fine.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Oh.
you're on the calendar.
Sure, put me in the rotation.
How much easier is that?
That's
in a way,
way
right?
easier.
Get your alone time, do your own thing,
The-
and then just
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, especially
then
with our
wait.
house.
Let me go.
yeah.
Let me go clean the kitchen.
Right.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Yeah, you don't have to do that.
But the thing that would
I
not
mean,
be
you
fun,
know in advance.
Well, yeah, but the thing that would not be fun is like the 15 children.
Ugh, that was,
That
and then they
would
have
no.
the kids
Mm-mm.
taking care of
No.
the younger kids because there's like
Because you have
18-year-old
to.
kids down
Like,
to
you don't even
18-month
know.
kids.
They all have the same
What
name because you just
happens?
forget. I don't
if
know.
one of the wives can't have children.
Well, because that also happened on one of my other trash.
Oh, did it? Oh, so what happened?
Well, he just got more wives and they had the babies.
Oh, okay.
She gets to
Jesus.
stay. She just has to help take care of everyone else.
Yeah, yeah. And then like one of them will offer like, oh, I'll have babies for you. And then they all, it's, but they're all their children. They're all, these are all my kids, even though they're not
these are all my moms.
Yeah, they're all my moms. They're all my
And
kids.
my one
So
dad and my 6 moms.
most of the time, there's that.
and they all dress like they're on Little House on the Prairie.
Sometimes, yes.
A lot of times.
Sometimes,
You know-
yes. I watch a lot of trash. I watch a lot of
I know.
trash.
That's okay.
This is so wrong, but hey. So I had to go and pick up my paycheck,
Mhm.
and my boss. We met at Rittenhouse Square in Philadelphia, so it's in Center City. It's very nice there.
This
And
swanky place.
It's swanky.
Ooh.
And anyway, because she was giving me a check She was leaving for Napa in the morning. And we're standing there talking. And I had to turn around to understand what she was saying. But as we're talking and she's like facing the crosswalk and like people watching.
Right.
She said, now there is a religion that would be weather dependent for me. And I turned around and there's a woman in full burqa.
Oh,
And she's
yes.
like, I don't care how big his dick is.
All right. I don't
We
think
hit 90 degrees.
That's
We're
coming
going to
off.
have to have a conversation
That's
about
coming
what
off.
you expect me to wear
Yeah.
in public.
and
And I said, maybe it's air conditioned under there. Like,
that
I
would
don't
be
know.
nice.
Little
I mean, like, I
fans.
don't know, because they have those in, you can have like a little underneath cooling
But
system. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Wicking.
It's a,
And,
you
like,
need
we
it to be-
started to have, like, we caught ourselves and it was like we weren't trying to make fun, but
right.
still, how do you see that and say, makes perfect sense to me?
I mean,
Like,
I don't know.
Is there an amount of money or a man on the planet that
No.
could convince you to cover everything
No.
but your eye?
no.
But see, I don't do religion, period.
Yeah,
there's
it's
a-
not
I don't.
really.
Well, I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
no,
not
I
a
don't
thing.
either. But I'm just like, even if you kind of, sort of, like, I don't know. I
There's
don't know.
no-
That's and
No amount,
it's
no.
not. It's not an anti-Muslim thing.
No,
exactly.
because
Like,
it's a,
you know,
that's
it's-
their choice and whatever. If you want to do it, but I
If it's
Right,
your
but-
choice, then fine.
Yeah.
How is it your choice when you live in the fucking desert and it's 100?
well, and that's what I'm saying too. Because you wear that blousy stuff, maybe it's nice.
maybe it's maybe the
Well, I said maybe the fabrics are lighter
Yeah.
in the summer. I don't know.
I don't know.
They have to.
But-
I would
I
You
would
know, 'cause
imagine
she's-
because you would die.
she said-
yeah.
like, I guess if that is your culture.
Hmm.
And that's how you were raised. But, we know that a lot of women that come from that culture, that come from those parts of the country and get here are like, no
Yep.
fucking way.
Right. Yeah.
And then they're walking around. Yeah.
Mhm.
And then, but these usually in Philly, it's women who were raised in Philly
Right.
who wind up with a dude who's like, by the way,
I can't imagine that.
this
No.
is what I'm going to need you to do. And she's like, butt sex? And he's like, no.
Be like, because I could live with that. I can do. Yeah.
Right. And she's like, yeah, but that I'm good at. And that at least makes
Right?
sense. This makes like no sense at all.
And I mean, maybe it does
But
to
they
them,
do.
though.
Yeah,
I guess like
being
that's
raised
the whole
with
thing.
it's one thing, but if you like just grew up in Chicago and like went to public school and dressed normal, and then you met some dude who's like, actually,
Oh yeah, like not growing
Yeah.
up that
this
way,
is how
and then
strict
decide.
I
Yeah,
practice my religion. That would be like, oh, that's a no go for me.
yeah, no, that's
Yeah,
going to be a deal breaker.
yeah.
I don't know Muslim women who wear the burqa. Like,
I don't either.
and we have a friend who on occasion wears a headscarf
Yeah,
when she's feeling religious and
Mhm.
dating men. But that shit
That
comes
part.
off when she's dating women.
that part.
Just saying. And
That's
she does.
funny.
well,
How funny.
I
Yeah.
mean-
She and it's like, so sometimes she's like, yeah, when I don't feel like holding up my cell phone. All right. And I'm
yeah.
like, yeah,
All right,
okay.
okay.
she tucks it,
Oh,
I'm like,
nice.
all right. Okay.
All right.
I
I
get
always
it.
thought that was a clever trick, actually.
Yeah, I
too.
mean,
Helpful.
you
I
know,
do too.
I do.
Maybe it has its
Yeah, no,
advantages.
that's just one that's really hard for me to understand.
yeah.
That level of subjugation. I mean, religion is fucked up where women are concerned anyway, for the
Usually.
most part,
Yeah.
almost all the time.
Mhm.
Not always, but mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Yeah,
that.
that
in
women
there.
did not write this shit. No,
No,
woman wrote this.
no,
Any of this.
I don't think so. Mm-mm.
No. But yeah, that one's a head scratcher. It's like, that's a lot.
There's quite a bit
bit.
that's a lot
Yeah.
for me though. Like just in different ways. There's a lot of a lot.
A lot of a lot.
Like spread
There's a
over.
lot of a lot. Yeah.
There's a lot of a lot everywhere.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of a lot. Like I can't imagine being expected to continuously have children. You
No,
know what
no,
I
no.
mean?
Yeah.
Like if that's your thing, like
So-
you don't have to wear vestments or whatever, but you're just going to be
So you have to be pregnant all
Right.
the time.
you're
so
like
you
for the
can't
rest of
be
your
pregnant
life until
anymore.
it doesn't until it falls out. Yeah, like no,
Yeah,
I can't.
yeah.
That's a lot.
I expect you covered from head to toe, but don't bother with the underwear.
Yes,
Right?
yeah.
Don't need them.
I mean, maybe it's freaky sneaky. I don't know.
Who knows?
It's facilitating.
Maybe.
Right?
You
Hey.
won't be busy.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, if you have to constantly be pregnant.
Well,
Mm.
that's
Yeah.
true. I guess you have to constantly
Be fucking.
always be fucking.
Yeah.
That's just
right, and that
I
you know,
don't think those are the letters.
and for a lot of
Yeah.
them, that's why they're sitting there going, yeah, with
Right.
Roe and all this
Ugh.
other nonsense, because it's like, yeah,
I
they
can't.
don't want the thought that you might be able to sneak away and have some control of
Right,
your own
yeah.
body.
well, and they
That's
just don't
not-
consider it. Like that. The only moral abortion is my abortion, and
Oh,
like,
yeah, 'cause
it
all
wasn't.
them
It
people-
wasn't an abortion. I had a medical procedure. I had a, I had a DNC. That's not.
That's not the same thing.
That's not the same
That's
thing.
what they called them when I was a kid. Like,
Mhm.
my mother would, talk about DNCs all the time. And
Right.
eventually she explained
What it
that
is.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's not like a thing they do anymore. I thought, that I
mean,
know of.
I'm sure
But it was
it's a
a
thing
thing they
do.
did a lot
They
of.
had to probably start calling it something else, because it's still a thing that you have to do in some cases.
Right.
Where you have to
Right.
you
Right.
gotta do it in some cases, I
Right.
guess. So I mean, and that's what they don't think about it in those terms. They think about it in terms that there's somebody out there that's using it as birth control, which expensive, by the way.
Right.
That's
Right.
expensive habit to have if that's your
Yeah.
Well,
if
and that's rough
It
on
really
your
is.
body. Who wants to take all?
Like,
that, you
there
know
is
what I mean?
nobody.
Like,
Who's doing that?
purposely-
And even if they are, then yes, I want them to be able to
Yeah, if
continue
you're the
doing
Yeah.
that,
person
because
who's then
I probably
good.
still don't want them raising kids.
no, I don't want them to be forced
And
to
the last
like
thing we
actually.
No.
need is more unwanted children in this world, because
Nope,
there
there's
are
plenty.
enough in foster care that we don't.
There are
need
Thank
plenty
you.
that all of these people are not
They
lined
weren't
up
ready.
around the block.
They didn't
Well,
want them. They could have gone and got an abortion, but they got there and there's picketers out front, and they
Mhm.
got scared and ran away because they're
Or-
15 or 14 or whatever, and now they have.
They
Right,
spotted their
yeah.
pastor in the crowd, and like
Right.
now they have to.
I want to go up to those crowds so bad, which is a stack of like foster parent forms.
Yeah,
Just
like
go, okay,
how many
well, here,
can I
you hand
sign
me
you
your
up
picket sign,
for?
and you go
Yeah.
ahead and fill out these forms.
Mhm.
And if you're not going to do that, then I will keep this picket sign. You can get the fuck off this
Right,
property and let these
seriously.
people go about their fucking business.
Yeah.
Like, ugh,
Ugh,
infuriating.
it is. It is. It is a pet concern, and it is infuriating
For
to me.
sure. Especially
So-
with teenagers. I got teenagers, so I'm like, hey, we need options.
Yeah.
You just never know.
Right.
You just
I don't need to be
never
a grandma at
ever
42.
know.
Thank
Oh,
you very
God.
much.
Do you have boys or girls?
I have a trans boy and a biological boy.
Okay.
And so the one is 17 and he has a boyfriend who's also trans that they've been together for 3 years.
Yeah.
And then the
Oh, wow.
younger one is only 15 and if he's had a girlfriend, I've not been made.
It's been on the low.
It's been on the internet. And
Oh
not
yeah,
been
she
made
doesn't even
aware.
go here.
Right.
I've not been made aware.
On the Finsta.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she doesn't even go here.
Yeah, somebody who doesn't even.
Yeah, Got it. Got it.
So right now, I
Wow.
don't have to worry about that stuff.
No.
But I have very open conversations with the older one about sex, like too open, where he now will tell me things I don't need to know.
Things that like she tells me, and I'm like,
And I tell her, and she's just like, I can't believe he told you that. Like, I would have never told my mom.
right, I would have rather died.
Yeah.
Tell
Thank
my
you.
mom that.
Right. Right.
So
Well,
like,
and
lucky
that's-
you.
I'm
you
not
know,
a regular
like,
mom.
I'm a cool mom. Yeah. And I mean, lucky you, because as long as he's talking to you, I mean, like, lucky
Right.
you, really.
Right.
You know,
Too
Well,
much information is better than not enough.
exactly.
Well, and lucky your kid because you want that.
Right,
So,
yeah.
yeah, I'm
He
glad he
feels
feels
very
comfortable.
safe.
Yeah,
You know,
he
but-
obviously feels very safe telling me whatever. So,
Well, and you don't get there with a kid that you haven't talked to through their
Right.
teen years, and then you decide to show up and have this conversation.
Yeah.
Right.
It's an ongoing kind of
Yeah.
conversation.
yeah, I got lucky.
Right?
We don't have any like. I remember being a teenager, and there was a lot of me slamming doors and yelling
Yeah.
and giving attitude
Mhm.
and why and talking back. And my kids don't do that. And I guess I thought it was just puberty, but I guess it was my relationship with my parents combined with puberty.
Yeah.
Because my kids
Mine-
don't do any
I
of
was
that.
just a little asshole.
Well,
too.
a little bit.
I
was
Yeah.
too.
That was definitely part of it.
Yeah, but my kids are super sweet. They're weird.
Yeah,
They're
mine
not,
di- mine
but they're
didn't-
sweet.
We never hit slamming doors and all of that, but there was a period of time when my daughter, who was always up my ass, like she, you know what I mean, she was always right there. she, all of a sudden, she's quiet. Like she is down for dinner. Like she would usually come home and do her homework. Like that was the thing. But she'd come down for dinner and then go back upstairs. And that was not her. Like not her at all. And she was abrupt.
Yeah.
Just abrupt. Just kind of curt and kind of odd and wasn't right. And I don't know. Maybe we got 2 weeks into it and I finally like followed her upstairs and I knocked on the door and I said, "Can we talk?" And she's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "I just want to make sure we're okay. It just feels like something's going on and you haven't really been yourself right now." And she looked at me like, first of all, like I was really stupid. And then she like inhaled and she said, "I'm a 13-year-old girl." And all that implies.
At least she already had a good grasp on
She's
what
like,
that.
And I was like, "Oh, that's where we are." Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Gotcha.
We'll back out
Give you
slowly.
I said, so we're good?
yes.
We're good. And you'll tell me if we're not? I will tell you.
Oh, you will
It's like,
know.
all right.
All
Yeah,
right.
Mike will
All right.
definitely disappear into the
'Cause we had-
baby.
Yeah.
Yes,
We had prepared for that day. We
Right.
had prepared for all of that. But there was no announcement. Do you know? Like, we had not had an announcement until that. And I
Yeah.
was like,
I am officially a teenager.
Yes.
Leave me
got
It is
you.
alone.
here.
I got you.
It
Yeah, I
is
asked
here.
my kid, "Do you talk about me in therapy?" I go, "You talk about me and your dad in therapy." He goes, "No, it doesn't really. You
That's
guys aren't
right,
really
you're
part
not
of
the
my
problem.
problem." And I'm like, "Oh, good.
Right.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. We're
Love to hear it. Love that for you.
And now, basically, I am a 13-year-old girl. So,
Yeah.
welcome.
right.
Welcome.
Yay.
All
me.
are welcome. All are welcome.
Yep.
All are welcome.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, wait.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
For a minute, I had a right ear.
Oh,
Oh, no.
It
It was Tangina.
Now you got to look that way.
yes.
What's
over there?
Camera.
What's over there?
And I had all this sound for
Oh, how
just a
weird.
second.
Oh,
Bummer.
It was like, and I'll do this the whole time.
the
You got a nice
sound.
profile.
Is
Except
welcome.
it's not now.
I'm loving the
Yeah.
ponytail.
Yes.
It was just letting me know what's missing.
Well, I know. Like, here's what you don't have.
Yes.
It's my good side anyway.
It's like, right.
So I know you guys were getting behind a
there it
little
is.
bit on
Yep.
recording or something, right? You said you had a bunch of stuff like the news was just happening too fast or something was
And
happening.
it has.
We finally caught back up.
Yeah. Okay.
Like we had
Yeah.
to put out like 2 and 3 episodes. Bang, bang, bang. Now we're caught up.
Oh, good.
Well, plus we were using a free software.
Right.
that's interaction shit.
hmm
And,
Interaction shit.
and
As you do.
once everyone got logged on, it was fine. And it gave, an audio track and it gave 4 tracks and it was fine. But it took consistently 20 minutes to a half an hour to get the guest logged in
Oh wow.
Sometimes, yeah.
and visible, like every time.
Zencaster.
So I was like, all right, I appreciate that this is free and we have made use of it, but it's unacceptable.
Yeah.
And then we got a thing, we paid $15 a month for. And so,
Restream.
and then so we did this interview. So I have this really awesome friend. They're a civil rights attorney. They have just done so much in the world. And and they haven't really done a public interview in about 6 years because there was a
Okay.
whole kerfuffle with the city of Philadelphia and and so we did this great interview.
It really was good.
Great interview.
That's awesome.
And we talked for like a little over 2 hours. And during the whole thing, the sound kind of would garble. Do you know what I mean? And we
Yeah.
thought they were little glitches. But with the old stuff, when you would play back, you were fine.
Right. It was just
So-
in the,
Right.
in the room.
Every
the
time
moment.
this happened, we just kept going. So we got this fantastic interview, and it was unusable.
No.
Yep.
Oh no.
We solved world peace.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
no.
Of course. That's when you do.
Found the Holy Grail.
Yes.
You know,
Well, and there were actually there were a couple of bombshells that would have been exclusives.
Oh man.
That would have been really phenomenal.
Oh,
actually,
no.
that just gone.
Totally
Just gone forever. Like not
and
even.
they let us right.
Not, I mean, yeah, because it happens so often during the audio. Like
right.
there was no way to edit around it even. So then we moved to this and
Thank you, Squadcast.
tried to recreate the interview because thankfully this was a friend.
Right.
This time.
Yes.
But we wound up recording for 4 hours, never really got back
Oh,
to
wow.
where we were.
Of course not.
Bummer.
And then Charles had 3 days of editing, trying to,
Trimmed down 4
Yeah.
hours.
Right.
yeah. And it was just like, okay, this is like,
not the same.
yeah.
No.
After a straight
And-
day and a half of like being vicious and cutting shit out
Yeah.
that I liked, I was like, I got it down to 3 hours. I was like, you must be kidding me.
And so then we sat there and listened through twice
Ugh.
and got it down to where it needed to be. And it's a good interview. It's a tight interview. It's still really worth listening to, but
It's not the magic.
what
It
we
wasn't
lost
that.
in that,
Yeah.
I was like, we need to stop screwing around because,
Yeah.
we're going to get that interview that we really want and
Yes.
it's going to be great. And if we don't have audio at the end of it,
Oh man.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop doing this.
Right.
Like, I'm just going to,
like,
I was going back
I
and
will be
forth
done.
with Squadcast all day
yeah.
because I knew we had this tonight. And like, there was this thing where, like the guests, your audio and video would be perfect, but ours would be like completely out of sync. Like the video would be like
No.
twice
Weird.
the speed as
Choppy.
the audio. You know?
yeah, like
And I
a little
hate that.
bit.
I hate
But
that.
And I can sit and I can like
Yeah.
stitch it together and
Right.
make it. I shouldn't have to fucking do that. 'Cause
No.
we're paying not a little bit of money per month.
Right.
to have something that's reliable.
Thank
Now-
you, Patreon subscriber.
But right, but the upside is with that, you actually have tech support
Mm.
Right. Oh yeah, I was
with
back and forth with
Squadcast.
them.
Like there's someone to talk to
That's
and
cool.
say, "Here's my problem."
Yeah.
Because like the first time he had done an interview for Dance Talk Radio, and he got this phenomenal interview that it had taken him like 2 months to schedule, and it was great. And it wasn't one person; it was two.
Oh, awesome.
And he, like, his eyes were all filled up, and he walked into the living room and said, "There's nothing there."
No.
And I'm like,
no.
all right. Breathe
Yes.
Oh my god.
and
I
tell the
was
nice
this
people
close
at
to crying.
Squadcast that we have this problem.
right.
Yeah.
And here it just had to upload.
Yeah.
yeah, they were
Okay.
like,
That's all.
just wait,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That- oh, thank God.
because like the little thing like fills the circle in, and then it's supposed to be done. But
Right.
that doesn't mean it's done.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So now I know. Leave it alone for like an hour, and then come back,
it'll
and then you'll have your
be
shit.
fine.
Yeah, thankfully, because we don't ever do guests, we've never lost something that we couldn't recreate with someone else, and we've only lost one thing that we had to
Yeah.
recreate ourselves. And
One
that
and a
was
half
that-
things.
What was the half thing? Oh yeah, I
When-
lost like 20 minutes
When
of
you
something.
didn't
I
Lost
didn't.
Boys.
Yeah, I didn't hit record one time, but I deleted or recorded over our Earth Girls Are Easy episode that
Yeah.
had the Julie Brown intro,
Mm-hmm.
and so
Oh,
we had
wow.
only recorded it because Julie Brown talked to me.
Yeah.
And so because I got her to reply, I was like, shit, we
Oh,
gotta
we gotta
do
move
Earth
it
Girls
up.
Are Easy while she's
Yeah.
talking to me so that I can get like some
Mhm.
talk to her. So we recorded this episode.
It was like a very special
it was so
episode.
good. It was like the very special
Right,
episode
right.
because we thought she might listen to it.
Yeah.
Whatever. She recorded us this little 30-second intro, and then we went to record the next one. Did that? Everything was fine.
No, we
Yeah,
were going to
well,
go
'cause-
listen. We
Well,
went
no,
to
because we
listen to
recorded
Earth
the
Girls.
next one.
Well, yeah, we recorded the next one. We went
And
to
then when I
listen
went
Earth
to
Girls.
listen to Earth Girls, it still said Earth Girls Are
Mhm.
Easy, but when I pushed play, it was the next
It was
episode we
Jawbreaker.
recorded.
Oh,
I had recorded
shit.
over in the same file name
Mhm.
our Jawbreaker episode.
Oh.
And so my husband was like, there's a very slight chance if I have Time Machine installed on that Mac,
Yeah.
I maybe can go back and get it. And so we were hoping for like a day, like, please, 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 please. Could not get
nope,
it. We
it
had
was
to
gone.
re-record the whole
Mhm.
thing. I was like, oh,
Like of all
shit,
episodes,
of all the ones,
of all of them to be, it was
it's
Miss
the one
Julie
that
Brown.
someone in the movie might actually listen to,
Right.
And that's the one that we fucked up.
Was her intro lost too?
No, that
She
we
did
had on
that
a separate.
separately,
She
yeah.
emailed that to
Oh,
us, so
okay,
we
good.
had that on.
Yeah,
the phone.
yeah. So thankfully, we
So-
still had that,
Yeah.
and she still loved it. So
There you
Okay.
go.
Okay.
I mean, she said she did.
She also liked that episode we did another episode with
Hey.
another podcast about a movie that she was in, and she sent a message that she really
yeah,
liked it.
that
and
she thought it was
she thought
funny.
we were funny.
Yeah, so that was cool.
Cool.
She's cool. I like
She's
her.
been
Yeah.
nothing but very nice.
Yeah, she's been super sweet.
she's been very nice. So
Very sweet.
mhm.
Have you still been
She's cool
talking to her
people.
at all? At
Yeah.
yeah, you
Yeah.
still do something maybe.
We're
Yeah.
trying to
Working
do a
on
little
it?
something, something. Yeah,
Nice,
yeah.
that would be awesome.
It is fun, and she was naming some names that she would want to bring on the show, and I'm like,
I know, because when she asked me, she's like, can your guy edit? And I was like, well, he can, but he has like a full-time job.
Right.
Like he only does this for us because I'm married to him. Like it's not,
right,
this isn't
Right.
his job. He does another job. And so you were the first person I thought of because I'm like, who does their own stuff? Who
Mhm.
knows who Julie Brown is? Who's going to appreciate
Right.
Yeah.
the fact that, oh my God, it's Julie Brown.
Right.
And so
Right.
you were the first
Yeah.
one that came to mind where I was like, oh, he does all the editing.
Mhm.
And I know he knows who Julie Brown is. Like, come on. So I hope that,
that
works
was
out.
very cool. Yeah,
That would be awesome.
I am grateful for that. Thank
Yeah,
you.
it looks
No
like it's
problem.
gonna.
Yeah, sweet.
cool.
That's
It's
awesome.
cool.
Can't
Yeah.
wait to see
She's
what
really
happens.
nice. She's super cool.
She is.
Yeah.
She really is. So, I want to bring something up real quick.
Okay.
She already knows where I'm going.
Okay.
There is a little thing going on that's causing contention in our household.
It's really not. 'Cause I don't.
Oh, what is it?
Uh
Charles just won't admit he's wrong.
oh. Oh. Okay.
I'm not wrong. Who won the lip sync between Monet Exchange and Jinx Monsoon?
Ha!
I mean, they were never going to give it to anybody else but Jinx.
Right.
Therefore,
That wasn't the question.
I know.
I mean, Jinx is always a little bit lackluster in a lip sync against anyone who can do the fucking splits.
And I
mean,
was
Monet,
also
like, did
super
the full-on-
surprised
And
to
if
see
the-
Monet
if this-
complete the split.
Yeah, she did the
Okay,
full
but-
on.
If it were a dance competition rather
Right.
than a lip sync competition, that might make sense to me.
That's
but it's
true.
not.
But
This
it was
one has the full idea that Jinx actually won that lip sync.
Well, no, what I said was Jinx didn't lose it.
no,
and
she didn't
there-
lose.
And there was no the way it was explained to me, because I don't watch this shit. I was a drag queen and I was a fucking headliner and I'm done.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Right.
I'm retired.
Right.
But he was like, Monet Exchange won, like she was robbed or something. And
It
And he
was-
went-
I can't say
and
it's
that.
a different performance. Like
Yeah.
Monet's was high.
it was a very
energy.
different performance. But then, so he made me watch it and I went, I'm sorry, but I'm not seeing what you're saying. He's like,
Right.
what do you mean? And I'm like, I'm not seeing what you're seeing. I mean,
Right.
because first of all, what is the art that we're judging? Because if the part of the art of drag that we're talking about during a lip sync, it is performance overall.
Mhm.
I'm not even sure Monet knew the words. But,
See, and I forget
you know,
because
Yeah.
I've been watching it so long. You get to
Mhm.
a point when you've been watching Drag Race for 1,000 seasons
Mhm.
where you stop even
Yeah,
paying
well.
attention to whether their lips match unless it's real bad because you're
Yeah.
watching. Because
Because
they
it
don't. I
becomes
swear they don't
gimmicks,
win on
gimmicks,
that.
gimmicks,
It's
gimmicks.
all about gimmicks. It's about
There's always a
doing the splits,
reveal,
a
there's
reveal,
a backflip, and
costume
whatever.
change, a wig.
yeah, well, she threw some paper money in the air.
Right.
It was cute. I mean, it
And-
was cute. It was a good lip sync.
She wound up on the floor.
I think I'd
That's
have to
all-
watch it again and look at the mouth
Maybe.
to
Yeah.
see because I don't think I was even
Well,
watching that
for
part.
us though, because we were on vacation.
Yeah, we were also on
finished up,
vacation, so we were distracted. Probably we were talking to each other.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
And
we were
drunk.
also doing
We were
a
drunk,
little bit.
probably.
We had chandelier times.
Oh yes, our chandelier.
And
Okay.
He has my friend Colt, whose house we stayed at.
Yes.
He has an outdoor chandelier.
yes,
So outside
Oh.
on the patio, there's this big chandelier
Does it have
over
like
the.
seat belts?
Wait, that was outside?
That was
Yes.
outside.
Is it like you can strap yourself into this?
I
thing,
wish.
or-
No, it's just a big old chandelier
No.
over like a wooden picnic
Mhm.
table with benches, and so every night we would go outside and smoke and drink and have chandelier time.
We spent like
Oh, okay.
90% of our vacation.
yeah, we spent a lot of our vacation just
Under the
sitting under that
chandelier.
Makes sense.
That's extra fierce. But I
It
thought it was
was-
inside.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
yeah. We
I
got there.
was
I'm like,
impressed.
you have an outdoor
I know.
chandelier.
Yeah, bitch.
Like that's how you know you've made it when
Right?
you've got an outdoor
Right.
chandelier.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah, he
lit.
has a beautiful home. I'm gonna go
crystals.
stay there again next 2 weeks. I'm gonna go watch his dogs just for
Yeah.
an opportunity to go
He's
stay in
always
that
super-
beautiful house again.
Yeah, that is our vacation.
Okay.
Is getting to go, like,
Yeah,
live
when
his
we used
life.
to do DragCon,
Ah.
speaking of Drag Race, when we used to go to DragCon,
Mhm.
he lived in LA, in downtown LA, which was right by the convention center, and so we would go crash at his house for the
Mhm.
weekend, and we would go to DragCon and just come back and abuse his house. Like
we would
we
not.
didn't
We're
abuse
nice.
his house, but we feel like trash people.
I know,
because he's
'cause
so clean and he's
Everything
so,
he
like,
owns is beautiful. His
everything's
home is beautiful.
You know, gay man, typical.
There's
single
no
gay man
children
home.
in
It's
his
all gorgeous.
house.
Yeah, and so I'm like, everywhere we
Like, you
went,
open
I
a
felt
So
like,
tent.
nothing
oh God.
sticky.
Yeah,
right.
I'm
We're
like,
like,
we're
oh my
leaving
god,
Well-
he's got like white seats.
Not in
Like,
that
yeah.
way.
Not
Well,
from the ladies.
No,
Different.
not from us.
But yeah,
And if
we
it's
felt like we were
sticky, it's
leaving
also
cum trails.
slippery.
Yeah,
What?
he had to come in with a little vacuum every day.
I know,
these
like
bitches.
behind
No.
us with the yeah.
He
like,
wasn't mad.
Garbage.
He was all very like, no, it's fine, it's
I
fine.
know.
But every day we're like, fuck,
It's
you can
o-
hear
it's
the
okay.
garbage.
I'm happy
every
to-
time.
I'm happy to have you here.
I know,
Right?
right?
It's
But like,
good.
clean up
Stop.
after yourself.
Yeah.
It looks like somebody lives here.
When we woke up to him doing our dishes from the night before the
Oh, I
first
know.
night, we made sure not to leave any dishes
We
sitting
felt
out. We're
so
like, oh
In the
god,
sink.
Yes.
yeah.
That is an ongoing battle in my
Oh.
house.
Yeah.
He had a dishwasher, but it's like, I don't know what cycle you're on. Like,
So do
I'm not
we.
going to be digging in your dishwasher. But once we got into the
right. We.
swing of things, because we were there for like 3 days, then we,
Mhm.
and then we thought we broke his freezer because we came home
Oh,
and the
there
ice
a
was all
brownout.
melting. We were like, oh fuck, he's not even home. Like,
Yeah,
what do we do?
He's not even here.
Yeah, we had to like reset his digital freezer and all this
We had
stuff
none
to
of
get
us
it
have
to
any.
work.
We're like
Yeah.
Googling. We don't
were
know how to
Googling
work.
How to work this fancy fucking fridge.
No, mine open door, closed door.
I know it had like a little digital.
Right. Oh,
display
that.
Yeah,
in
like
the
this one
drawer
like
and
had
stuff.
like made different types of ice,
yeah.
and it had like 2 freezers.
I'm like, we're trash people, we're not used
right?
to this.
Like we're just garbage, trash
Was it one
blowing
of those-
through town.
Was it one of those units where you could like go on Twitter and shit?
Oh no,
no, it didn't have the
Not
TV or the
quite.
little computer screen. In
Not
it.
quite.
It wasn't quite that.
No.
that fancy.
Yeah.
You know
that
what's
always
sad?
cracks me up.
You know what's sad? When those die in the first 9 months, and then you have that shit on your refrigerator, and you can't afford to
Can't
fix
even
it.
use
No,
it.
I know.
Yeah,
I
so
gotta
you just
put-
have this blank screen,
I
and
know.
it looks impressive as long as nobody walks by and expects it to wake up.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, it's
It's
just
like-
sleeping right now. It usually
Right.
works. It's just
But
sleeping.
what is on your mind when you are going in the fridge that you need to tweet then?
right?
Right?
Like I'm out.
The
of...
only thing I can think of I would use that for is like, I guess if you put like a recipe up, like how, because I'm always on my phone trying to get a recipe and then it goes to
Maybe.
sleep. So like I could see
Right.
doing the recipe
Maybe.
up on the fridge screen and then just
Well, that
having to
makes sense.
pop your head over.
I-
but that's the only
I get-
practical
but-
use I could think of.
My fridge is on the other side of the room.
Oh, see, mine's right next to my stove, so it
So
worked
is
for me.
mine.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
mine is on the other side of the room.
You have to
Mine's
keep
right
going.
next to.
Run over. I come back.
Yeah, like I would have to walk around and
Right.
then come back.
All
and
of
then
my
walk-
counter
no,
space is
so-
like in just one side of my kitchen.
Yeah, so it would be easier.
I can fit like a ton of stuff in my kitchen, like it's big enough, but there's only cabinets and countertops on one side of it.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's an old
Right.
kitchen. It's an old house.
Yeah.
This
Well,
old
mine's
house.
an old kitchen. Yeah,
Yeah.
mine's an old kitchen, and
This
it's
old
kind
house.
of L-shaped. But the refrigerator, you know, you're
Like
supposed
the
to have
other
a
side of the
triangle.
L. Yeah.
That's the other point of the triangle.
right.
Yeah.
Weird.
But it's also the other side of the table, and you know,
Yeah.
it's over there.
Right.
It's over there. So,
Yeah.
but I do, yeah. I have all these cookbooks. Like I have a serious collection of cookbooks.
Oh my.
and my mother's serious collection of cookbooks is like the good part of it's still here. Not after she got crazy and started getting every edition of like Taste of Home. Not those.
Oh yeah. No.
those
not
went to
those.
Goodwill.
Right.
But like the good stuff
Mhm.
when she was sane before she
Right.
that she collected. So I've got all these cookbooks.
Nice.
I don't
Cool.
cook.
Well.
They inform me. They entertain me at 4 a.m.
Right.
but I don't cook out of them.
They
I don't
have,
cook
like,
that often.
Rarely.
I mean, I do, but it's like the basic stuff I already know how to do that
Well,
I
yeah.
don't need a cookbook for.
I don't really get to.
Right.
I like to cook.
We were getting those, and you still do.
I
We
still
were getting
do.
those boxes, like where it comes with all the ingredients and the
Mhm.
recipes to do
The little
meals.
dinner boxes.
The little dinner
Right.
boxes, and they work. But like with 2 teenagers and the type of foods that come in those,
Right.
they're like, I don't eat bell
So, yeah,
peppers.
it's
I don't
just-
eat, they don't want half the ingredients that are in
Right.
there. And so I'm like,
Right,
why am
I
I
know.
spending good money on these fancy dinners that my teenagers are turning their
See,
nose
I
up
just
at?
get the 2 meals, just me and the
she just
husband,
gets
and
one
then the
for her and
kid
her
eats
husband.
something else.
'Cause her
He's
kid's
9.
like 9, so she's like,
What's
whatever.
the portion
Yeah.
sizes on
Enough, like
They're
enough to where there's not
enough for my
leftovers.
kids.
Well, for
Right.
us,
Kid-
it's perfect.
For adults, I feel like it's the perfect amount.
Yeah.
But my kids are always like, "What else is there to eat?" When they're
Because
done
we
with
won't
it.
Right.
like we'll put the leftovers away with all the good intentions,
Right.
and then never look at them again. Like 6 months later, I'm like, ugh.
You're way in
Right.
the back of the
Hold
fridge, like,
on.
oh shit! Is that what was in that bowl?
Yeah, I don't know what was
Right.
in there.
Yeah.
But ill.
It's like a time capsule. It's like, this is going to rot real good.
Mhm, yes.
I mean,
See what it turns into.
Science experiment. Yeah.
what I figured out most of the things that I cook,
Mm.
right, are my own recipe,
Yeah.
or there's no recipe.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, like I'm a really good pantry chef.
Oh.
I think
Oh.
like, what I have is what
Yeah.
I can do something with
Mhm.
what's in the closet. So when I use a recipe, it's because I'm trying to do something that's not in my head already
Yeah.
Right.
and that's not mine. So it's now a habit to like read reviews and see what's highly rated and what's
Right.
not. Like you used to have to just gauge that shit with a cookbook,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, and
It was
hope.
good.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And then-
like that sounds
and then-
good.
So the fun part is I have these old cookbooks with like notes in the margins,
Ooh.
like do not cook,
Ah,
like
there's warnings.
Like, no.
or needs less sugar or whatever. Like and that's fun to me. Like,
That's cool.
how we used
That's
to do
super
that
cool.
stuff.
I
Yeah.
love that.
But now it's like, first of all, I mostly just need a recipe if I'm going to bake something
Mm,
because you got to measure that shit.
right.
And then it's
That's like science.
Mm-hmm.
right. I mean, I could
Right,
find
yeah.
it in an old cookbook, but that doesn't tell me it's going to
Mm-mm.
work.
Yeah.
So
I
if I've
mostly am
never
just
done it
Googling,
before,
Like
Yeah.
what temperature and how long do I cook this cut
Yeah.
of meat?
Well,
Like
that
because the
too,
rest
yeah.
of the stuff I'll do whatever,
Mm.
but like I don't always know. I just need to know how hot is this supposed to be before
How
I can
hot
eat it.
and how long?
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all I need to know.
yeah, but
because-
I mean, yeah, but most of what I cook is like a plant. Even if it's a
Oh, that's
traditional
right.
recipe,
That's right, I
it's
forgot
still
you're
a
doing that.
plant
Yeah.
based version of that recipe.
right,
Like,
right,
I
right.
can't use dairy,
Oh, no.
so
I would die without cheese.
Oh, I know.
so you don't. I promise. you do not die.
I would die with cheese.
You do
Trust.
not.
Well, yeah, I guess so. There's some people will die
I mean,
with
much
cheese.
worse to have
yeah,
Right.
cheese you
you-
don't have.
You would be surprised. And I love cheese. I
Yeah.
love cheese. But and I like once in a while I'll have a piece, but mostly I don't.
Right.
Mostly I don't. And he really shouldn't.
Can't.
I don't
At
like
all.
pain, so
Yeah, I prefer
Um,
that pain-free over
Yeah.
the cheese.
Right.
yeah.
Right.
So even if I read a recipe, like I'm looking for kind of a vegan version and then I want to know
Right.
who's done what with it. So I'll read 4 recipes for one dish and then say, flavor sounds right, but not texture. So I mean, it's fun.
Yeah.
Cooking is fun, but it is usually ultimately done like off my phone or my
Yeah.
own notes.
Yeah.
And I
pretty
have
much.
all these cookbooks everywhere that I don't know why I keep them.
I'm constantly seeing things on TV that look so good. I'm like, can you do a vegan version of that? Because I want that.
Right.
Yeah.
That looks really good.
I
Whatever
wish. I
that
can't-
is.
I wish I could recreate things I see on TV.
I
but
know.
I'm not that-
But then it's
I'm
like
not that
it's like
person.
Elmer's glue and like motor oil when they
Oh,
have
what
it
it
on
really
TV.
looks like, yeah.
Like it's not
Like how
really
they
food
prep
anyway.
it. Oh, yeah.
So like
Right.
you don't want to eat that.
Right.
We've been watching on Netflix the Great British Baking Show.
Oh
Yeah, we
yeah,
watched
we were
that.
into that for. Is there a new one on?
Yeah, I think we're all caught up. I
I
think
don't-
we watched all this.
We just started.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're late
Oh,
to
like
the
from the
party.
beginning.
What was I
We
complaining
started on
about?
season 5.
What was I complaining about? Was it Drag Race or what was it?
Probably Drag Race. 'cause
I
you're
was
always
complaining
Drag
about
Race.
competition shows.
Right.
Oh
Right.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah.
But Great British
Generally.
Bake Off is so
Probably.
different. They're so nice. They're so
I know
Right.
everyone's
like-
nice to each
they're
other.
so
It's like the
polite.
kind of stress I can handle.
Yeah, like
So it
even
was
when
like-
they fuck up their cake, someone else
I
is like,
know.
"Let me help you."
Yeah, like
Let me
oh,
help you, and then they
Let me
hug
help,
and
and
they
yeah.
cry when one of them leaves, and
Yeah,
it's so
and it's like-
nice.
I know, I love
right.
it.
I love that. That's much
I st-
nicer to me.
Right, it's so much more
You
civilized.
gotta
And we
find
started.
the celebrity one with James McAvoy.
Oh yeah.
There's a celebrity episode, so they do for charity once a year
The
a
Stand Up
celebrity
to
bake off for
Cancer.
Stand Up to Cancer. And last year, I think it was James McAvoy was on.
Mhm.
Ooh,
Okay.
Okay.
he just gets even hotter.
That's her particular cup of.
That's my
ooh,
particular
girl.
cup of- ooh, girl. Yes, that accent.
Yeah, the accent goes a long way.
Yes, and remember
The
when we
accent.
watched
Well,
him
we
read
started-
those tweets about him? That was hilarious. We
Oh,
watched
yeah.
him reading tweets,
Like thirsty
thirst
tweets.
tweets.
Oh,
And
yeah.
And
reads
he
yeah.
them
was
on
just
video.
like, he was dying.
And one of them's like, "I want James McAvoy to spit in my mouth," and he's just like, like he doesn't.
What do I even say to that?
well,
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
wow, nice. But yeah, hilarious.
I'll never do that.
You're right.
Yeah.
I will never spit. Well,
I
We had
would
a
do
whole thing about
anything
that.
for love.
but I won't do that.
Right.
We had a whole
we
conversation
started.
about that.
Yeah.
We started with the Great Pottery Throwdown.
Yeah,
Oh
British
yes,
I've
pottery.
seen
we
that.
Yeah.
watched that for a little
That's the one somebody told me I should start watching, and that was probably more my speed.
bit. That
got
guy
into
that
that.
cries. He cries. He's
I
like,
know, it's so
he is
sweet.
so moved by pottery.
He is.
It's like amazing, and the
Do you know
stuff
what
they
was
can do.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we're getting into it like we know what we're talking about. Like, oh, this is the Raku challenge. All right. So this is going to be tough. All right. Okay. Let's see what we got.
Well, what was
And
the
like
one?
they do it all. They do it all for a jar.
Right?
They either get
Yeah.
like a bouquet of flowers or like a jar,
Yeah,
and that's it.
yeah.
On
They
Bake
don't-
Off,
and
they
bragging
get that
rights.
plate. That's like all they get is that cake plate
Mhm.
Or whatever.
on Bake Off. And
Yeah.
like, really, you don't get a cash prize, but they're not
No.
allowed to do that in Britain.
No,
No,
they're
not
done.
on
Right.
BBC.
They aren't allowed
So
to
that's
give
why
away
there's
money.
all this
Mhm.
camaraderie and stuff. And I was probably bitching about competition in general,
Right.
probably because we're having all the kerfuffle over trans women in sports. And
Right.
I
Oh,
just,
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I
Just
hate it.
let
And
'em
I'm like,
play.
well, right. And especially when we're talking about kids, I'm like, why the fuck are we
Just-
keeping score?
Right.
Well, yeah, and
What
like,
is
just
it about
let them
anyway?
fucking
do like
play.
skill level. Don't do gender.
And first of all,
do like
'cause-
these kids are group A. They're really good at
This is getting
sports.
So low.
Oh no!
I
The
know.
goblet.
I need to get a drink too.
'Cause-
Oh, me too.
Yeah, we could do that.
Should we take
Pause.
a pause?
We'll
Sure.
pause
Should
and
we-
come back and discuss
Competition.
competition.
And I'm happy to talk about trans women in sports because I have plenty to say.
We know.
All
Sure. Yeah.
But women's sport, and suddenly the men who care about women's
Oh
sport
I know,
yeah,
like, you
all
give a
of
fuck about
sudden,
women's
like
sports
you
now?
don't,
and
give
how
a
they're
good
all
goddamn-
jumping into planes to go to Russia to save a bath.
Oh.
Oh wait, they're not.
No, I know.
So this has been the first like official Fierce Bitches happy hour.
It has.
We are Charles and Martha.
And we are Nicole and Tessa.
Yes, we are.
Full Circle meets
That just made me
Doom
so happy.
Generation.
The full circle doom generation.